What's impossible with man is possible with God. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet done so. We back. And also turn on the post notifications so you can get to know when I post the videos. I mean, lately, like y'all see, I've been posting like once a week. Obviously, in Catfish, I've been wanting to do it, but then I'll be like, damn, I'll be having so much other stuff that I'm working on right now that it's like, it's hard, especially for my main channel. So, yeah, y'all could check that out. I do have to start off by saying RIP to one of the late greats as of today, which is Kobe Bryant. Definitely, he was one of my favorite basketball players when I was really into basketball, when I was like a teenager, probably between 10th to 11th, 12th grade, even a little bit when I was in college in my first year of college. I do remember I was pretty into basketball as well, but more so when I was a teenager in high school. Kobe and Shaq. Actually, my favorite team was the Lakers. I also liked the Sixers. I know those were like my top two teams back in the day. The Lakers, you couldn't tell me nothing about the Lakers and the Sixers. I think there were two other teams. Oh, the Celtics. I also like the Celtics as well. But yeah, those were like my top three. I feel like it was another one, but it's not about that anyway. But, you know, definitely my heart goes out to his family as well as the other people that were on the helicopter as well. Because just because they're not famous and their names don't ring bells, they're still human beings and they still have family as well. And I think that a lot of people fail to remember that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this episode, right? So, actually, before we do that, I did want to give a shout out to Keisha Charmaine, who did kind of answer a few of the questions that I had. She was like, after Ghost's dad died, Ghost moved in with Tommy and Kate. That's why she calls him her son, because I was wondering, like, you know, how that connection came about. Where Kate was so distraught over losing Ghost. I mean, I know he did a lot for her or whatever, and I know that the kids were close, but now I really, really see why. And she's Irish. Tommy's pops was Italian. Because, yeah, I was thinking in my head, like, she was most likely something else because she didn't seem like she was Italian. Also, the redhead, most Irish people, they usually have red heads or red hair. So that makes sense. Boom, boom. Thank you so much for clearing that up. Lakeisha didn't really have a plan. She was gonna skip town, but Tasha knew she'd get caught and then she would fold. See, I knew I was right because I knew that she was trying to, like, even though she didn't really know what she was gonna do at that moment. And see, me and the Boo thing, we were kind of talking about this where he was like, oh no, she was still going with them. No, because I remember that it looked like she had a change of heart, especially when she found out that the things that Bianca had told her was a lie. When Bianca was like, oh, he put the house so that if anything happens, it's going to go up, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be homeless, this and that. But then when she spoke to him, he's like, it's already paid for. Like, I made sure that if anything happens, you and Cash is good. You know, her hearing all those things, she knew that this dude was really down for her and she couldn't just like throw him to the wolves. So thank you, Keisha. You just kind of proved my points right there. All right, so let me see. So once we saw, you know, the beginning, I feel like, you know how they do previously on Power. You know, when they do that little part, you usually see what happened in the previous episode. But lately what they've been doing is they give us glimpses of things that are going to give us clues for what's going to happen in this particular episode. I've noticed that. I actually noticed that the last episode. But yeah, so once I seen that everything was about Tate, I'm like, all right, I know who they're going to talk about. And I had a feeling they was going to kind of do something on him because I'm like, if he looked like he was walking towards the scene of the crime, even though he really wasn't from what we see. They just kind of made it look like he was, but he wasn't even walking there. Because he was freaking, remember when they showed everybody walking towards truth? he was one of the people that we seen walking towards truth, but he wasn't even really walking towards truth. So they kind of lied with that scene. They just threw it in there so that they can have a part for him. Boom, got it. Anyway, so yeah, this was all about him. So we see that Tate saw, you know, the same thing everybody else saw. Big, bold. He's a running mate with Walsh. So, you know, he get pissed off because he was supposed to be a candidate. Now, all of a sudden, his dreams are taken away from him. This other black man is like kind of, I wouldn't say replacing him because he wasn't going to be running along with nobody. He was going to be running on his own, but kind of like stole everything from him that he was trying to accomplish. So he was big mad about that. Then we see how Cedric the entertainer kind of played into this. From what I was hearing, I guess like he's tied into another show, so people kind of knew, but I don't really know. That's just kind of hearsay type of stuff. Some show on either Channel 4 or Channel 2. I don't know. If you guys know more about it, you can definitely let me know down below. So it kind of like those fans kind of knew, like, I guess it kind of was almost like a crossover type of thing without letting anybody know that it was a crossover, I guess, I'm assuming. So, yeah, now we get to see how this all played into part and how Cedric the Entertainer ended up getting killed by Ghost and Tommy, you know, through that little shootout that was going down. Funny enough, when Tate had went to Truth at that moment where we saw, he was like, you know, I fucked up. He was like, you know, I got to tell you something. You know, he was trying to actually give him the heads up and let him know that his people was coming to kill him. You know, he was actually trying to do the right thing at that moment and let him know, but Ghost was so full of himself that day. He was on his high horse that he just didn't even realize, like, okay, maybe I should hear this dude out. No, he was just degrading this man, putting him down. Like, at that moment, he was not trying to talk crap. But I guess he's so used to the back and forth banter between the two of them. And he finally felt like, yes, I'm winning right now. You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. You thought you was going to take me down, but look at me now. You know, just talking so much crap that, you know, he missed the opportunity to get that little bit of a heads up. You know, at that moment, you know, it was like effort for Tate. You know, he kind of blanked out like, no, this dude is OD trying to play me right now and I ain't with it. So you know what? Whatever happens to you, my brother. I was just trying to let you know. You know, that's kind of what he was saying with his facial expression without really saying it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And he was actually trying to even talk to the people, the assassin people that he had called from down south. He was trying to talk to them and try to call it off, but they wasn't with it because they like, I don't know who you trying to get to do it, but we'll do it. You know, we came all the way up here, so it's either you going to take it, you going to take, you know, the kill, we going to kill you, or you going to let us do this job. So if it's between me and you, sorry, my brother, you got to go. So, you know, he really didn't have much of a choice at that particular moment. And these people were some real, like, thugs that will freaking torture you. They was, like, next level on some, you know, Assassin's Creed. I don't know where that little analogy came from, but I guess it works, right? Because that's a pretty vicious game. I've seen it a few times. Now, following that, the dude that was supposed to kill, well, one of the dudes out of the two of them, one of them got killed. The dad got killed. And the younger one, obviously the son, he actually came to try to get revenge on Rashad, because when he called Rashad to let him know everything that went down, Rashad was kind of like, yeah, I can't hear you. No, please. I'm sorry. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Don't ever call this line again. Nope, wrong number. Bye. You know, kind of like, I tried to call this off. You did what you did. Somebody got killed. I don't want to hear nothing about it. My line could be tapped. I ain't with it. Like, I ain't trying to be connected to none of this. Woo! That's it. So dude ended up showing up at the place. Like, Tate hit rock bottom. Like, now he was staying at his brother's house with his brother's family. Like, he went from living in his nice little spot to here. You know what I mean? Because he ain't really have money like that anymore. everything was gone. Everything was stripped away from him, including Cassandra, who he was sleeping with, you know, getting that little goods from, like everything. But he did still have people that were supporting him and still wanted him to win. So that was kind of like one of the things that was boosting his ego and keeping him. Sorry about that. My little battery died real quick. I thought I had enough time, but it wasn't with it. I got to charge my backup battery now. He was wanting to get revenge on Rashad for the fact that his dad was killed. So he was like, what we're going to do right now, we're going to go inside and I'm going to shoot your entire family. And you're going to sit there and you're going to watch. Because he wanted him to feel the same type of pain that he felt when his dad was killed. But it's like, homie, first of all, the young dude, he wasn't really listening to his pops. He felt like, this is one dude, we can take him. You know, his dad was telling him, move slow, you got to be skilled, don't get cocky. And he wasn't really listening. So I feel like, you know, your dad had to kind of cover you. On top of that, your gun had jammed. It was a lot that was going on. And this is the life that y'all chose. So you can't be mad at old boy because y'all did a job. You know what I mean? And somebody became a casualty. He wanted to, like I said, do that. But luckily, Tate's brother got him, boom, point blank range. Well, I don't know if it's called point blank range, but he got him like boom right there, you know, in the back while he thought he was intimidating Tate. And Tate's brother actually is still a cop, so it all worked out. His brother knew that something was a little funny about the situation, but he didn't press him too much, but he did ask him some questions about like, why was dude doing this? But of course, Tate, the master of manipulation, he said that the guy came to rob him and he was like, no, please don't do this, my good brother. I'll give you my wallet, but don't do this in this community or something along those lines. I'm like, yo, this dude is always politically, I'm ready for the camera to give my speech ready. Like he's always lights, camera, action. I'm ready. That is Tate. Like he can just, and he knows the right words to say to get himself out of some pile of shit. This man. So that happened. And later on, or another scene that we saw was where Tate, he had to go to the police office or the police station to get questioned about the whole situation. And at that point, a little after they finished giving him his little interrogation, if you want to say it, or he gave his witness speech or whatever, in comes another police officer like, yo, we have to go. There's been an incident. It's a shooting at Truth. So right there, Tate was like, what happened? You know, he's like, he's invested in this. And they're like, oh, we can't say much. But he's like, any fatalities? Yeah, there's been one. That's all we can confirm right now. We don't know who it is. So, you know, Tate's brother gets to go to the scene of the crime. And he luckily gets to go with him because he still has that whole police officer camaraderie type of vibe going down where they feel like he's still part of the crew, even though he's currently like a civilian, if you want to say that. But his brother could smell that something was up. He's like, is this all connected somehow, some way? Because we don't really have robberies where I live. That's number one. And Tate did kind of confess. He said, you know, that there might be a guy named Andre just trying to frame me, but I don't know, you know. It's like, you know, he might try to implicate me if he goes down, but I don't know why he would do that. He might say that I paid him. It's like, did you? So pretty much a lot of that stuff was coming out right there. But the crazy thing about it, we come to find out later, Andre was already murdered in jail. So just the whole Jaime going down situation, this allowed another token black man to come to the forefront. So right there, Walsh was ready to take him back up as the running partner. And once he found out that Coleman was dead, this was even better for him. They was doing like press conferences and stuff, and he made sure that he got back at Ramona for effing him over. He made sure that he said on the news, in the press, that he found out that Ramona was having an adulterous affair with Jaime St. Patrick's. And for him to do that to his wife and kids is just pure crazy, or whatever the hell he said. But that's pretty much the gist of what he said. And just kind of putting that out there on blast. So, yeah, now following that, we did see where after that, he ends up talking to Simon, and now Simon's going to be helping and funding him financially, just like he did with Jaime. You know, he needs the black people under him to do the work to get him more money. He'll fund them, but they have to, of course, come back with a return. And he kind of said to Simon, like, don't you kind of owe me an apology for picking the wrong person? He's like, no. When I chose to finance or whatever Walsh and James, you didn't have a prayer, you know? So I knew what I was doing. It was both a political as well as financial decision that I made. And I, you know, pretty much saying like he don't regret it. He's only helping him out now because he knows that he has a chance, because the man who was going to be the face, the black face, is no longer there. He's literally no longer there. So now you have an opportunity. Like one black man had to fall in order for you to come up. And that's just how it is. He made no, you know, he had no remorse, no regrets. He knew what he was doing, and that's just it. So now we get to another scene where they had Cassandra getting in that work, you know, doing the damn thing. She back. She getting that good, you know. She back on that pole, you know. Because, you know, when you up, people want to be up with you, you know. Especially, you know, when you on top. When you about to be governor, yeah. Maybe I could be the governor's wife, you know. No, bitch, you shady. So, yeah, then they hear a knock. So he goes downstairs, and who's there? Lo and behold, it's Cassandra. I'm like, how the hell she finds him anyway? Because that was from, at the end, we see that was actually a hotel room or some kind of room that, you know, that Cassandra had gotten him for them to do what they was doing, because he don't have a house yet. He's getting everything together. So she says she was livid. She's like, how dare you put those things out there in the news, you know, kind of slandering her name, because things like adultery with women, for some reason, you know, with guys, it kind of falls off like that. But with women in power, oh no, oh my gosh, she slept with someone's husband, you know. But if it was the other way around, or the man is the one, you know, doing it, he's the one who pursued her, he's the one who did that, oh my God, how could she do that? You know, it's crazy how society works. So him just kind of doing that could definitely mess up her credibility, just how she looks in the public eye, people trying to work with her, just so many things. And she's like, you don't even know the situation. We never had sex. And to be honest, even though they were about to run off into the night and, you know, ride the wave, they never got to that point. Actually, that night when he got murdered, I believe, if I remember correctly, that's the night they were supposed to, you know, get down and dirty. But obviously it didn't happen. So she can legit, honestly say, without failing a lie detector test, that they never had sex. They never went to that point. Did they have a few dinner dates? Yeah, but you do that with a lot of people, especially in these types of situations, businesses, you know. Did she want to move forward with him? Yes, but if you ask the specific question, even like understand, did you guys have sex while this man was married? She can honestly say no. And so, you know, of course, but he didn't care about all that. He didn't care about the facts. He didn't care about the details. All he cares about is, I'm going to get back at you, bitch, because you tried to take me down, and I hired you, and you tried to take me down. And Cassandra comes down like, yeah, you need to go. Funny enough, he played her out too. He gave her the hot boy summer treatment because he was on some, thanks for paying for this room because, she's the one of the council now. So she the one with the little cash. Plus, I think she got cash from her ex-husband and all that. So thanks for the room, but you must be crazy if you thought that this little thing here was going to continue on. Like, I already know how you move. I just need a little something good, a little feeling. And maybe he didn't want to, get something new. He just wanted a little bit something familiar, whatever, hot boy summer treatment. And then he sent her packing like, all right, you got to go. Thanks, though. Au revoir. That was pretty much how the episode ended for the most part. I mean, right then and there, they're revealing who, there was a news flash where they were revealing who actually shot James, but we didn't really get to see who it was. So if y'all know, because I heard, or I seen some headline where they were saying that it got leaked. No spoilers. I don't want to know who did it unless you're like, coming up with, make-believe theory, but not even that. I don't even want to know because, yeah. I just want to see the last 2 episodes in peace. I'm one of those people, like, I don't like to give spoilers. I hate when people do spoilers. Like, I would ban you for spoilers. That's how serious it is. Like, I don't want to know. And I'm the same way with, like, family. Like, don't tell me the ending of a movie that I'm going to watch. I don't want to know how you feel about it. You can tell me if it was whack, but if I really want to see it, I'm going to go see it because I might have a different perspective on something than you did. And that's just it. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.